Hi everyone! Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I share my secrets for trading binary options. Today I will be revealing an amazing strategy that can help you boost your chances of success. But before we dive in, I have one quick request. Please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. I guarantee you won't find such detailed and helpful guides anywhere else. And don't forget about my Telegram channel. Message me there for even more valuable insights. And let's start trading together, guys. Let's make this journey into the world of trading exciting and profitable. So, you and I are and the broker. And the balance we have $30. And from this amount, today we will accelerate our deposit. Deals will open on the minute time frame, and all currency pairs I have already with the most optional percentage of payments and chart movement I have already picked up. Today we have a selection of these indicators. Bollinger Bands, Stochastic Oscillator and Fractal. Today we will trade in combination of these indicators. And in general, it is a very good strategy. We will focus on pullbacks, on trend movement, and in general, we will be able to navigate well in flat dynamics as well. According to the settings of Bollinger Bands, we put in period 13, deviation 2, and we leave the fractal with default settings. We have stochastics. One of the stochastics will period 7. The second with a period of 15 oversold area. And overbought will leave at 20 and 80 on most stochastics. And I propose to start trading. And by the way, of my trading, you will understand how to navigate correctly, trading on this strategy, and how to open trades correctly. So let's get started and let's pick the first trade entry. Here we will open the trade on the downside, a good entry point. Look, let's highlight the walking area. First of all, we see the upper moving line touching, and it was not just a touch, it was an update of our local high. So the move should be a pullback. In the first candle, it went into a pullback. Then again we saw an upward momentum. But this momentum only increases the percentage of the upside on the profitability of the trade, because the movement should still go down, because we see the exit from the overbought area on our wallpaper oscillator. Let's watch the result. And the first trade has no problem closing in the plus side. As I said, the move has gone further down into correction. And so we have recorded a positive trade. Let's open a trade here on the upside. And let's highlight the walking area as well. We open in pullback correction. Look, we see the exit from the oversold area, according to our both oscillators. And also the updating of the local minimum on the fractal, touching the lower moving channel indicator. So the deal here is open on the upside. When you see the combination of indicators like this, you open a trade on the upside. I think you also realized it. So let's observe the result of our second trade. And the second trade we also closed in plus. In a moment there was an impulse down and we almost lost the trade with you. But in general we see the dynamics of movement and everything is clear. Let's analyze some another entry into the deal and let's pick up the following currency pair. Look, here we are going to look at just another trade entry. And we are going to look at the Bollinger average. We are interested in intra-channel movement. So we are going to highlight this area of movement. We can see that when the upward dynamics has corrected, the local minimum has been updated. The average has touched the moving average, and accordingly, in this case, we should always open a trade on the trend. It doesn't matter whether it was a downward or upward dynamics, and let's look at the result. We have a deal closes in plus. When you see such a character of movement and such a combination of indicators, then open a deal on the upside. Consider exactly the same inputs, but we will open a deal on the downside, and let's pick up the next currency pair. Let's consolidate the result. I decided to open another trade of the same nature. Let's highlight the working area. Here we are also guided by the intra-channel movement. We see we have an upward dynamics again. The local maximum has been updated. Then the price went into the correction. The local minimum of the fractal should be updated, and we open again on the dynamics of the movement. In our case, on the rise. Let's look at the result. And again our deal closes in plus. I hope you understand the principle of working with these signals. Now, let's open a deal on the downside on the same principle and choose the following currency pair. Let's open a trade here on the downside. There is a little different principle of entry because I didn't find a signal and a section of movement that would touch the moving average. But in general, here is a 100% signal. According to this strategy, we see the touch of the upper moving average of our channel indicator. There should be an update of the local maximum, and then the movement should go into a pullback. We see the upcoming exit of both oscillators from the oversold area. So here we open trades on the downside. So let's observe the dynamics of our movement. And another trade closes in plus. It was quite easy. This was the main principle of this strategy. We have already opened a trade on the upside. Now we open on the downside. Yes, I remember that I have to show you a down trade based on the principle of touching the moving average. I have not forgotten it. We will try to do it. And let's actually continue our analysis and pick up the next currency pair. Here I would like to open a down trade that on these currency pairs. We have a good touch point here. We can also identify a resistance area and a breakout level here. We see that we have a perfect touch point. The local maximum should be updated. Also, the upper moving line has been touched at this point. And we open down again. Also, we see the upcoming bounce from the overbought area on our oscillators. So the trade here is open on the downside. So let's watch the result. It would not have been much better to open here. It would have been much better, but overall I'm confident that this trade is going to... Yes, in the last seconds we still closed in the plus side. We saw how... the candle gave impulse. That's why I said that the opening level on the end of the shadow of this candle would be much better. But nevertheless, we were a bit lucky here, I agree, and we closed the trade in plus. But as they say, the luck of the fittest. And we are the fittest. And actually, let's continue trading and pick up the next currency pair. Let's open 2 trades for the amount of $1,204. And this is where I'm ready to open a down trade in the direction of the trend dynamics. Downward dynamics. And here I have learned the lesson of our last trades. Yes, we have a different movement every day. And in general, we have a good touch point here. It's the same as in the last trade, touching the upper moving line of our channel indicator. So the future update of the local high and the exit from the overbought area on the wallpaper by our oscillator. Actually, let's look at the result of our trades. We have about several seconds left until the close. And our trades are closing in the plus side. Also, everything was easy. We had a price pullback, a good opening level. As I said, so the trades were fixed in the plus. Let's change the sum of the values of our trades. Let's put 1,000 and open 2 trades for $2,000. Let's go ahead and pick up the following currency pair. Here we open a trade on the upside, and here we will have the principle of the price corridors work. Let's highlight the breakout level. And we have a perfect touch point for this price corridor, this area. This area is a resistant area. But for this price corridor, this area is a support area. And we will play from this. And we also certainly see the exit from the oversold area, according to our stochastics. So, let's watch the result of our trades. Once again, our strategy has not let us down. To consolidate the result, let's open 4 trades for $4,000, and I'll try to find a downside entry on the principle of a bounce from the average, the moving average of our channel indicator. Let's try to find this entry, and let's go ahead and pick up the following currency pair. Let's open down trades here. We have a breakdown of the moving average here. But we are opening on the downside. We have a very strong trend right now. And in general, we need to emphasize good touch points here. And we can see that the last pullbacks of the price we have come to about these areas. If you look at the dynamics and in general after the breakout, also here we can open a down trade. We also see the exit that we are going to have from the overbought area on the upper stochastics. So let's watch the dynamics of the moment. And the next and final in our case trades are closing in plus again, without any problems. Here, yes, I agree that was a crossover of the moving lines. But in general, it is the same principle of entry as you can see. The local maximum has been updated, and the dynamics of movement has gone down. On these results, I will end the trade and let's go to the withdrawal. Choose a wallet. $7,450 our total today will be. Our operation is successfully executed. This is how interesting and in some places tense trading turned out to be today. But today is very unpredictable volatility. But in general, I'm still very satisfied with the results from $30. Guys, be sure to write your comments. What do you think about this strategy? Also, don't forget to subscribe to my Telegram and YouTube channel. And be sure to give me likes. Thanks for watching and bye bye.